the Philippine to Piso coin issued in 1990 stands as a significant piece of the country's numismatic and historical heritage, not just a means of currency. This coin reflects the political, cultural, and economic changes that occurred in the Philippines during the late 20th century. Let's explore the deep and real story behind this iconic coin. Andres Bonifacio, the revolutionary hero and founder of the Katipunan, who played a key role in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonization. Bonifacio was chosen for the 2 Piso coin to honor his courage, leadership, and legacy in Philippine independence. The official seal of the Bangko Sentral and Pilipinas BSP, the older 1949 version used until 1993, the denomination written as to Piso, stylized geometric border design around the BSP seal. The year 1990 was a politically active time in the Philippines. It was under the presidency of Corazon Aquino, the first female president of the Philippines. Following the 1986 People Power Revolution, the country was in the process of rebuilding democracy after years of dictatorship under Ferdinand Marcos. This period also marked increased nationalism and remembrance of Filipino heroes like Bonifacio. The 2 Piso coin was actively used in circulation during the 1990s, primarily for everyday transactions. Due to inflation over the decades, this denomination was eventually phased out, while the 1990 to Piso coin is not considered extremely rare. Its historical significance and limited mintage make it valuable for collectors, especially in uncirculated or mint condition. Coins with minting errors such as misstrikes or off-center images can fetch higher values in auctions or collector markets. The 2 Piso coin was demonetized in the early 2000s. It was replaced by the newer series of coins under the BSP coin series, which focused on streamlined designs and improved coin security. Andres Bonifacio's image on the coin reflects a broader movement in Philippine culture to honor revolutionary heroes and instill national pride. Bonifacio, often referred to as the father of the Philippine Revolution, represents the common man rising against colonial oppression. This coin is often used in classrooms and heritage displays to teach students about the life and struggle of Bonifacio. It marks a transition in Philippine coinage from older designs to more modern styles. It reflects the spirit of the post-Marcos democratic revival. It carries the legacy of a Filipino hero, adding to its sentimental and historical value. Coins continued in later series, showing his enduring impact. In 2017, a new 5 peso coin also featured Bonifacio, continuing his numismatic legacy. In the broader context of world coinage, the Philippine to Piso coin stands out for celebrating revolutionary nationalism, depicting a hero from the working class, which is relatively rare in global coinage. The 1981 Philippine 25 Sentimo coin is part of a transitional and historically rich period in the history of Philippine currency. This coin holds cultural, political, and economic value, especially for collectors and historians. Here is a long and true history of this coin. This series reflected the political ideology of the Marcos regime and his push for a new society or bagong lipunan and bagong. Lipunan means the new society, which was Marcos' vision of a disciplined reformed nation during martial law. The 1981 25 Sentimo coin features the following specifications. The coin was made from aluminum bronze, a durable and cost-efficient metal mix. Martial law was lifted in 1981, but many aspects of authoritarian control remained in place. Ferdinand Marcos was re-elected as president under controversial conditions. The government emphasized symbols of nationalism like national heroes on coins to maintain public support. The issuance of the 1981 coin was part of the broader effort to control national imagery and promote a sense of unity under Marcos' leadership. Juan Luna, 1857 to 1899, was a Filipino painter and patriot. He is best known for his masterpiece Spoliarium, which won a gold medal in Madrid in 1884. Luna also contributed to the propaganda movement, which aimed for reforms under Spanish rule. Placing Luna on the coin represented a nod to Philippine nationalism and pride in cultural achievements. The 1981 25 Sentimo coin was widely used during the early 1980s, when prices of basic goods were still relatively low. It was commonly used in buying street food, candies, and small household items. However, over the years, due to inflation, the value of the 25 Sentimo coin declined significantly. and it eventually lost purchasing power. The 1981 version of the 25 Sentimo is not extremely rare, but it holds sentimental and historic value. Collectors seek it for its connection to the Bagong Lipunan era. The Juan Luna depiction, its symbolic reflection of the post-martial law transition. If the coin is in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated book condition, it may fetch a higher value from numismatists. The Angi Bagong Lipunan coin series, including the 25 Sentimo, was gradually withdrawn in the late 1980s to early 1990s, especially after the 1986 People Power revolution that ousted Marcos. A new coinage series reflecting democratic reforms was introduced under President Corazon Aquino. The 1981 25 Sentimo coin stands today as a relic of a politically charged era. It captures a snapshot of, while no longer in circulation, it reminds Filipinos and collectors of a period marked by dramatic political shifts and the interplay of propaganda and patriotism. The 1981 Philippine 25 Sentimo coin is more than just small change. It is a piece of history. From its depiction of Juan Luna to its inscription of Angi Bagong Lipunan, it reflects a complex period in Philippine governance and society. For collectors, it offers both historical insight and cultural significance. The 2014 Philippine 5 Piso coin is a significant piece in the modern era of Philippine coinage, symbolizing not just economic transition, but also cultural and historical pride. Let's explore its origins, design, production. The 5 Piso coin from 2014 belongs to the BSP coin series, which was introduced in 1995 and remained in circulation until it was replaced by the new generation currency NGC coin series in 2018. This series was developed under the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas BSP, reflecting the institution's efforts to modernize Philippine currency. Prior to 1995, the Philippines used the Flora and Fauna coin series. The introduction of the BSP coin series, which includes the 2014 5 Piso, marked a shift from nature-themed motifs to honoring national heroes and central figures in Philippine history. The front obverse of the 2014 5 Piso coin features General Emilio Aguinaldo, the first president of the Republic of the Philippines, and a central figure in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonization. His inclusion on the coin symbolizes patriotism and national sovereignty. The back reverse of the coin displays the official seal of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas BSP. This reinforces the authority of the central bank in issuing currency and maintaining the economic foundation of the country. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. This metallic composition made the coin durable and suitable for heavy circulation, especially in urban areas. This coin represents the post-DSA 1986 democratic identity of the Philippines. Emilio Aguinaldo's image symbolized freedom, revolution, and the struggle for self-determination, aligning with national values in the 21st century. The 5 Piso coin saw extensive circulation across the country, widely used in public transport, jeepneys, tricycles, sari-sari stores, and marketplaces. It was one of the most circulated denominations due to its mid-value and purchasing power. Aguinaldo's role as a revolutionary leader who declared Philippine independence on June 12, 1898, remains crucial to Philippine historical consciousness. Featuring him on the coin helped promote historical literacy among Filipinos, especially the youth. The 2014 version was minted in large quantities to meet growing transactional demands. It was produced by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Security Plant Complex. While most coins were for local circulation, some specimens reached international collectors. During the early 2010s, the Philippines experienced economic growth and increased infrastructure spending. The 5 Piso coin played a vital role in microtransactions and daily cash flow, especially for lower-income groups and rural communities. Due to its value and wide use, the 5 Piso coin occasionally became a target of counterfeiters. However, the BSP implemented strict minting standards to ensure security features and authenticity, although no advanced features, like bimetallic design, were yet used. By 2018, the BSP phased out the old BSP coin series. The 1 Piso coin of 1990 is a part of the Flora and Fauna series, a coinage program introduced by the Central Bank of the Philippines to promote national heritage and biodiversity. This coin marked a period of innovation and symbolism for the Philippines, reflecting both its natural wealth and national heroes. the Flora and Fauna series was launched in 1983 and continued until the mid-1990s. It was designed to showcase the Philippines' native plant and animal species. Alongside important historical figures, the series was also part of the broader Republic coinage modernization during the post-Marcos era under democratic governance. Features Jose Rizal, the Philippines' national hero, wearing a formal coat and tie. His name, Jose Rizal, is inscribed to the right. The phrase Republika ng Pilipinas, Republic of the Philippines, surrounds the upper rim. The year 1990 is struck below. Rizal's portrait. Jose Rizal symbolizes intellectual bravery, resistance to colonization, and the fight for Philippine independence through peaceful reform. Features the Philippine eagle Pithecofaga jeffrey, one of the rarest and most powerful birds of prey in the world, known locally as Haribon, meaning king of birds. The inscription reads, Piso at the top and Philippine eagle below the image. The BSP Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas seal is not present. Earlier coins used the central bank's older emblem. The eagle is a national bird, and its inclusion highlight. The 1991 Piso coin was widely circulated across the country. Mintage numbers were in the millions, making it common, but still valuable to collectors in high grades, uncirculated or mint state. These coins were used for daily transactions such as buying bread, snacks, newspapers, and jeepney fares. In 1990, the Philippines was under President Corazon Aquino, continuing democratic recovery after the Marcos dictatorship. The economy was fragile but growing. The central bank sought to stabilize currency supply and introduce more durable coinage. Coin design in this era reflected national identity, pride, and environmental consciousness. The 1991 Piso coin symbolizes a transitional period in Philippine history. It is a testament to the importance of heroes, biodiversity, and modern coinage practices. It served as an everyday tool and a subtle teacher of history and nature to millions of Filipinos. Though common in circulation, collectors value uncirculated or mint condition coins. Coins with errors or die varieties. The 1991 Piso coin is remembered for its simple elegance, historical relevance, and cultural depth. It remains part of coin collectors' albums as a nostalgic and patriotic piece. The Philippine 1 Piso 1990 coin is more than money, it's a coin rich in meaning. Featuring Jose Rizal and the Philippine eagle, it reflects national pride, biodiversity, and the country's historical journey toward democracy and modernity. Though now demonetized, it holds a special place in Philippine numismatic and cultural history. The 1977 Philippine 1 Piso coin holds both historical and numismatic value, being part the country's post-independence coinage series under the regime of President Ferdinand Marcos. Here's a comprehensive look into its real history, design elements, and, by 1977, the Philippines was under martial law declared by President Ferdinand Marcos in 1972. This period marked significant political and economic shifts. Coinage during this time reflected nationalistic themes and strong, centralized governance. The 1977 1 Piso coin belongs to the Ng Bagong Lipunan, or the New Society series, introduced in 1975. This coinage was part of Marcos' vision of reforming the nation. Ng Bagong Lipunan was a political slogan used to promote the government's programs under martial law. Portrait. The obverse features Dr. Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. Rizal symbolizes education, reform, and patriotism. Inscription. Surrounding his bust is the sculptor's mark, a small mark or initials near Rizal's bust indicates the artist responsible for the engraving, often a sign of craftsmanship. Design. The reverse showcases the official coat of arms of the Philippines. Around it is the phrase Ng Bagong Lipunan at the top and Isang Piso 1 Peso at the bottom. This inscription clearly ties the coin to the Marcos era reforms and the ideological drive of the new society. Coins with minting errors, off-center strikes, double dies, etc. can fetch higher prices. A well-preserved specimen, brilliant uncirculated, or proof-like condition, can be valued at Philippine Peso 100, Philippine Peso 500 or more, depending on the market and rarity. The coin was not just currency, it was a propaganda tool. Ng Bagong Lipunan coins projected the vision of a disciplined, reformed Philippines. Marcos used such national symbols to reinforce his administration's narrative. The 1 Piso 1977 coin remains a symbol of the Philippines' socio-political climate in the late 1970s. It captures the nationalistic pride and also the controversial history of the martial law era. Its large size and heavy feel are often missed by older generations. Compared to today's lighter modern coins, the Philippine economy was under strain due to international debt and internal unrest. International relations, especially with the U.S., were key to sustaining economic aid. The cultural renaissance of nationalism was reflected not just in coins, but also in art, education, and governance. By the 1980s, economic issues and civil unrest began shaking the Marcos government. Eventually, in 1986, the people power revolution would lead to a regime change. Coins like the 1977 1 Piso are remnants of that politically charged era. Year 1977. Series Ng Bagang Lipunan verse Jose Rizal. Reverse Philippine Code of. If you're a collector or history enthusiast, the 19771 Piso coin is more than metal. It's a historical snapshot of a bold, controversial, and transformative era in the Philippines. 49. During this period, the bank undertook reforms to stabilize the currency and localize coin production, which had previously been outsourced abroad, choosing Apolinario Mabini, a hero known for honesty, sacrifice, and wisdom, was not accidental. His image served as a moral symbol in a time when national politics was becoming increasingly authoritarian. The government used his image to legitimize its power and remind citizens of patriotic duty. When President Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law in September 1972, the state gained full control over the economy. One aspect of this was tighter regulation of currency flow, coin production, and banking. Coins minted in 1972, including the 10 Sentimo, were part of a monetary system under centralized authority. The 10 Sentimo coin was made of aluminum, a cost-effective metal that the government chose during times of rising metal prices and limited coin budgets. Aluminum was also easy to mint in large numbers, though it lacked durability and quickly lost its shine in circulation. In 1972, 10 Sentimo coins were still widely used in rural towns and local wet markets. They were often used to practices. Most of the 1972 10 Sentimo coins were minted by the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom. As the Philippines had yet to fully develop its in-country minting capabilities, it wasn't until later years that the security plant complex in Quezon City would handle all minting locally. Public school teachers during the 1970s used actual coins, including the 10 Sentimo, to teach arithmetic and Filipino history. This helped children recognize national heroes like Mabini and understand currency value. By the mid-1970s, the government introduced a new set called the Ng Bagang Lipunan series, which reflected the propaganda of the Marcos regime. The 10 Sentimo coin of 1972 was among the last to carry only traditional national symbols before propaganda-influenced currency design began. Unlike some coins with mint marks or error types, the 1970 to 10 Sentimo has no variety, making it common. However, mint errors like by the late 1970s and early 1980s, high inflation had eroded the value of low-denomination coins. What could be bought with 10 Sentimos in 1972 would need 25 to 50 Sentimos just 5 years later. The 10 Sentimo slowly lost relevance in commerce and was used more for giving change or rounding off amounts. The coat of arms on the reverse of the 70s, the 10 Sentimo coin still had purchasing power. It could buy small candies, matchsticks, or be used to complete small transactions in local markets. Over time, however, inflation eroded the value of centavo-denominated coins, and the 10 Sentimo slowly faded from daily use in later decades. The coin was still commonly used until the late 1980s, when newer coin series began to phase it out. By the early 1990s, the 10 Sentimo coin had very little real-world value due to inflation. It became more of a collector's item, especially for those interested in martial law era memorabilia. While it is not rare, the 1970 to 10 Sentimo, the 197 to 10 Sentimo was part of the Filipino coinage series, the first official coin series to use Filipino national language instead of English. This was a strong symbol of post-colonial identity, coming decades after the country gained independence from the United States in 1946. The coin was minted under the Central Bank of the Philippines, established in 1949. During this period, the bank undertook reforms to stabilize the currency and localize coin production, which had previously been outsourced abroad, choosing Apolinario Mabini, a hero known for honesty, sacrifice, and wisdom, was not accidental. His image served as a moral symbol in a time when national politics was becoming increasingly authoritarian. The government used his image to legitimize its power and remind citizens of patriotic duty. When President Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law in September 1972, the state gained full control over the economy. One aspect of this was tighter regulation of currency flow, coin production, and banking. Coins minted in 1972, including the 10 centimo were part of a monetary system under centralized authority. The 10 centimo coin was made of aluminum, a cost-effective metal that the government chose during times of rising metal prices and limited coin budgets. Aluminum was also easy to mint in large numbers, though it lacked durability and quickly lost its shine in circulation. In 1972, 10 centimo coins were still widely used in rural towns and local wet markets. They were often used to practices. Most of the 1972 10 centimo coins were minted by the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom, as the Philippines had yet to fully develop its in-country minting capabilities. It wasn't until later years that the security plant complex in Quezon City would handle all minting locally. Public school teachers during the 1970s used actual coins, including the 10 centimo, to teach arithmetic and Filipino history. This helped children recognize national heroes like Mabini and understand currency value. By the mid-1970s, the government introduced a new set called the Anggi Bagong Lipunan series, which reflected the propaganda of the Marcos regime. The 10 centimo coin of 1972 was among the last to carry only traditional national symbols before propaganda-influenced currency design began. Unlike some coins with mint marks or error types, the 1970 to 10 centimo has no variety, making it common. However, mint errors like by the late 1970s and early 1980s, high inflation had eroded the value of low-denomination coins. What could be bought with 10 centimos in 1972 would need 25 to 50 centimos just 5 years later. The 10 centimo